failure to present documents on the sale of assets by the Jammeh Commission. $706,306,614.07. No receipts, no bidding document, no proof of advertisement, no documents relating to the valuation of the disposed asset, and also by who, and the process or the appointment of auctioneers, license of auction, were all documents that were not presented. Welcome to the most scandalous audit report that Adama Barrow never wanted you to see. So let's get ready to dive into the financial mess of 2020 that will leave you shocked, amused, confused, and a little bit angry. Maybe. So we will be talking about a lot of financial transactions, but I just want you to remember that this patriot was actually the finance minister at the time.
I am a Gambian like any other Gambian, and I have been called to serve my people, and I intend to stay and serve my people. I will not resign.
So legally, violence are allowed among budgetary agencies by approval of the minister. And this has to be done in consultation with the controllers of the budget, including the National Assembly, because they are the oversight. For the year 2020, violence were flying like budgetary butterflies, because the audit report revealed that $31,017,556 were made across entities without any formal notification by the Minister of Finance to the entities before or after the transactions were made. That's not the end of the violent chess game of moving our money around like pounds. An additional $79,558,793 was used to create new posts across sectors of the government. We're talking about transactions by the minister and his ministry without consulting the National Assembly or any other authority. So to do all this, of course they will need bank accounts. And you know what? They have been doing that also without any approval. The Labour Department, for example, was reported to have opened a bank account with the Arab Gambian Islamic Bank for the purpose of paying compensation to deceased families, where injuries, if in case somebody dies from injuries, more like a compensation scheme wherein workers who die from injuries will receive their compensation from. But interestingly, the minister could not provide the auditors with any formal document indicating approval of the opening of this account. Another issue in the audit report was the failure to quantify and disclose losses of public monies by some of the agencies. For example, the auditors discovered that there was a fire incident at a certain ministry. I believe this must have been the Ministry of Fisheries, in which valuable items were lost. The extent of loss was never established or disclosed in the statement of loss of public monies. In fact, there was no evidence provided by this ministry to even suggest that they have even discussed this matter at all with the Loss Advisory Committee, which is the relevant authority, just in case they have to write something off. Another problem in this audit report is their failure to provide minutes of loan negotiations. So minutes from two key loan negotiations were missing. They disappeared for some reason, and they were never presented to the auditors for their review. And they are the EIB Gambia Renewable Energy Project that was totaling about 8 million euros, and the Banjul International Airport, I believe it was the rehabilitation project, but the audit report says the Banjul International Airport, amounting to $12 million. Wow. Who needs magic when you can just make evidence of your crime disappear? I mean, like minutes of your loan agreement or whatever it is. But that was not the only problem in this audit report. There's another one. Misclassification of loan payments. Well, in Gambia, I know our education is not the best, but classification of things, I think we did learn that very well. So let's see if they are going to pass that area as well. So at least $182,870,810.45 goods were misclassified. Their obligation under this policy is just literally to give the right heading and subheading to loan repayments and not classify principal payments as interest payments or vice versa. So here you go, another one, unprovided supporting documents. So the auditors noted that 20 payments and an additional 32 payment vouchers amounting to $27,360,324.10 goods, and a separate $1,517,329.42 respectively were without supporting documents. I know even the devil is surprised at this moment, but let's go further. No serial number on your receipt? No problem. Who needs a proper paperwork if you have Audacity? So among the monies that they have deposited without proper receipt, I mean missing receipt numbers, includes 7,279,194 from the Geology Department alone and $43,500 from the Ministry of Justice. Both of these amounts stem from deposits that did not have serial numbers on their deposit slips. Another potential economic crime in the audit report is their failure to deposit revenue on time. So the auditors noted that $7,152,208.37 butuks from various ministries were not deposited on time. This, according to the auditor's report, is an indication of internal weaknesses over revenue control, which can very easily lead to fraud. Another curious case of serial numbers is that the originals, duplicates, and triplicates of a certain receipt number were completely detached from the receipt book, and the amounts collected cannot be established, or at least the auditors cannot confirm if these monies were even accounted for. The audit report shared an opinion on this, stating that it suggests a deliberate attempt with intent to defraud the government revenue. Geology Department, what is going on? Non-maintenance of cash book. The Geology Department again. Someone should tell them that if you do not track your financial records, you will be lost in the sands of Financial Times. The audit report revealed that they did not have a cash book record of GTR receipts that were given out and the collections made in respect to license fees and royalties on sand mining and stone quarries. Oh, there you go. Lost in the sands of Financial Times. The auditor also noted that there is no underlying financial record to track their financial information. Just everything is just missing. This one is a little bit sad. I'm not trying to cry over some spilled budgetary beans, but Gambia government having to pay $43,371,523.30 to Exim Bank of China just because of Gamtel's consistent failure to repay government on time for the on-lend loans secured from Exim Bank of China. Failure to present documents on the sale of assets by the Jammeh Commission, the infamous Jammeh Commission. On this matter, the audit report says receipts amounting to $706,306,614.07 were disclosed as proceeds from the sale of the assets by the Jammeh Commission. But however, no receipts, no bidding document, no proof of advertisement, no documents relating to the valuation of the disposed asset, and also by who, and the process or the appointment of auctioneers, license of auction, were all documents that were not presented to the auditors by the time of finalizing the report. I want to believe that those documents are just missing. They don't exist. At least by the time of publishing this report, it was not given to the auditors. So there you go. The Jammeh assets with millions in proceeds was like a high-stake game for them. You may not have enjoyed the game, but trust me, our United cronies laughed all the way to the bank because, believe me, those assets were valuable. No approval by the permanent secretaries. So apparently, spendings have been happening without the approval of permanent secretaries. Vouchers amounting to $2,184,706 relating to Empress disbursement to various ministries were discovered without approval by the relevant permanent secretaries. We cannot understand these figures and everything that they entail without listening to what the opinion of the auditors are. But for President Adama Barrow, the opinion of the auditors does not really matter, and the audit report is nothing but a mere opinion.